Alright, time to review another shit. I'm getting another shower and a few shots. Okay, joke's over. Jokes, I get it. I get everyone hears it, everyone knows it. But I don't know what, some people are going to be interested in what the crap this thing is. And they're going to see all those numbers and go, what? Can I do that? We'll get into that. So, let's get into this. Hey everyone, Sly47 here with the ship review for Tier 10 Light Cruiser Premium Smolensk. Gosh, that's a lot of words in that one. But, either way, once again, everything I do here is help supported by the Patrons. Link down below if you want to help supporting. Hit that like and subscribe button. For all those people who have Citadel missions and they just can't get the Citadels. So, just show them all support. Okay, let's get into to the review. Okay, so for people who don't know, Smolensk Tier 10 Light Cruiser. So, of course, absolutely jack squad armor. But the Smolensk has a thing that basically pisses off everyone. See, as you can tell from the salvos, that's 16 rounds. It has 16 130s with a reload of 5 seconds-ish. You can get it a little bit lower with a 4.82 fire chance. Yeah, I don't get it either. Okay, it's just an odd one. It's got torpedoes on the side a little bit, but in my opinion, you're never really going to be that close to actually use them in many cases. So it's basically your guns are doing the damage. But okay, I really can't. I'm sorry. This ship is disgusting. I can't, I don't want to recommend it to anyone, but this ship is so freaking easy. In 10 games, I never got a game less than 60k. And in my previous review, I was like, yeah, I was averaging 60k. Not bad at all, right? I was doing pretty good. This ship, it spits out damage like nothing. Like absolutely nothing. It's disgusting. My patch notes in the last video, I'm going to basically reiterate them at the end of this video so that we can get those in because we need to balance this ship. It's got a 12-kilometer range, which is better than most other Tier 10 cruisers. Oh, man. Oh. This ship. I'm sorry. It's, Worcester at least is boring. And it, in the right hands, it can be good. Smolensk, it's dangerous in anyone's hands. This is ridiculously easy. You pop smoke, and literally, here, this Moskva should be my hard counter. I have another video where I just straight up murder a Nevksy. It was legitimately without any problem. There was not, this person I know was in a good clan. They probably know how to play it. They didn't have a chance. They didn't have any luck. Any hope or dream or anything to kill me. And those should be my hard counters. Puerto Rico or even a Mighty Mo, for Christ's sake, should be my hard counter. Holy crap, this ship. This game is my highest non-respawn damaging game. Highest number of hits. Highest number of fires. And I did that within 10 games. And let alone, don't even think about DDs trying to be a counter here. You 3-shot them. That's 10 seconds with this. Less than 10 seconds. You expose yourself for just 2 long DDs. Done. You're done. I thought this was going to be, disgusting. This is going to be okay, yeah, no. the intro is my reaction to almost every single one of these games. It's disgusting. This ship, like, unfortunately, because of laws and stuff, you can't balance it anymore. You put it out there. It's going to be a moneymaker for wargaming. The only thing we can do is buff everything else. So, oh, man. No, this is... Like, you know how, like, you like some people enjoy those OP vehicles or guns or anything like that?
Yeah. A USSR 12. This thing's got 12G frags. It's a walking cannon.
Where'd you get that?
Picked it up off of some dead guy.
I thought you said that gun was for pussies.
Yeah.
That was before I had one. Watch this.
Oh, shit!
Oh, you're not even looking.
This gun is the best thing that ever's happened to me.
Yeah, do you find that might be an unfair advantage?
Yeah, I do, but I don't care because I have one and it's mine. It's my baby.
Yeah. If you like overpowered crap, this is it. It has the ability to hide, it has the ability to shoot down planes, and it has the ability to spot for itself. And, oh, by the way, it also has 16 freaking guns with 4.5 seconds with the right build. Oh, man. It's atrocious. It's atrocious. You pull up 100,000 damage games like nothing. So let's get to the Tiermaker. Let's talk about those patches again because we need it. This is horrifying, and now a bunch of people now have it, and yeah, I just put up a video that was overwhelming victory at tier 10. That rarely happens actually. With 4 of them. Yeah. We need to fix this. So, on Tiermaker, how does 10 games and burning the literal hell out of my enemy teams make me feel about this list now? Now, first off, I've ordered them now in terms of where I would place them on each, 1, 2, 3. So, kind of Smolensk is definitely the most meta. Then you got Moskva and Minnow, kind of the same thing. Kind of the Worcester's not too bad. Just not in my hands. I think in other players' hands it could be higher and such. Nevksy obviously is the top with Stalingrad and not too far behind with Petro. And then, of course, niche, you've got Buffalo, Henry, Venezia, Des Moines, and Zao, all kind of in a row. Just kind of like, there's, they have their niches. They'll land certain areas. Playable. Of course, Puerto Rico and Hindenburg are the lowest with Yoshino. Well, that's me. Sorry. And, of course, Goliath and Colbert. I think you can make the Goliath work just a little better than the Colbert, at least from what I've seen. So, but 10 games with the Smolensk, how does it make me want to change this entire list? Does it make me want to change the entire list? Completely honest, yeah. And actually it highlights my last video on the Nevksy of how I would rework a lot of ships and give them buffs to balance the meta. And now even like all the ores pretty much change to ands. We need all of those to bump them. So first and foremost with my games, the Moskva and the Worcester go down to solid. They're not even in the same realm as a Smolensk in a good person's hands. Like, yeah, they can kill it, but that Smolensk is going to go down with a fight and probably kill both of them along doing it, and that takes some serious firepower out of the game. That does. Minotaur, it's very good, but I think it goes at the top of niche, which is, I think, a very respectable place. So this is really more of the setup, in my opinion. Oh, missed this. I played this on my CC account. Petro was unplayable pretty much in the last one. I think the Puerto Rico and the Hindenburg probably will do better than it in almost every game. Yeah. It's actually a nice curve. Nice little bell curve there. But let's fix this. Let's remind Wargaming. I'm going to send them this video, or at least specifically this section. Let's talk about this. Let's try to balance this ship through the community, similar to the Ask of the Stalingrad. Let's get a little bit more capabilities out there so that we can, especially with the Smolensk having been sold recently, since I got it, and such, we need ways to shut it down, and that includes actually buffing some DDs as well, but that might be another video entirely. Need a few more tier 10 DDs before I start ranking them a little more, but let's kind of go into this. So for people who obviously have been here, you're going to hear this all over again, hopefully with all this new knowledge that I have, but if not, I understand. See you later. Either way, let's go through this. Alexander Nevsky, it now needs all 3 buffs, in my opinion. It needs its AA buffed. It needs its rudder shift buffed just a little bit by like a half second to a second. And I think it does actually need another radar. And then we also need a light cruiser-focused Russian commander. I think that makes the most sense. And that would... and specifically buff it in terms of radar and make sure that the Nevsky line gets that. Don't make it something that's going to immediately make the Smolensk better as well. The Nevsky line just needs those general buffs. One thing that will save it, don't do IFHE. Basically, that's the only skill that I'm like, just don't buff IFHE in that commander. I like that. Petro, obviously, right now being playable, I think realistically you can buff it to, get rid of its AA. It doesn't need its AA. Just make it a powerhouse. It just needs to be basically like a premium Stalingrad. Replace it with one sonar, replace the AA one, and then buff its reload by 1.5 seconds to a second. Make it, 2 seconds. 1.5 to 2 seconds. Make it a powerhouse. Make people scared of this thing. People aren't. I'm not scared of my Nevsky. I'm not scared of it in even my Henry, Buffalo, Minnow. Not scared. That's not how it should be. Should actually be a powerful ship. And because, in my opinion, the Petro kind of goes up there, it's now going to be more general, going to have damage, have a little bit of support there. Stalingrad, I think, would move down to niche, probably in line with the Buffalo, where it kind of needs a team aspect of it. It needs a team to kind of back it up. Buffalo, give it a sonar, pops that up. Boom. Got a little bit of a trade there between those two. Des Moines, Henry, right here and right here. The Des Moines just needs more health to kind of keep it in that niche category, exceedingly strong, and just give it a little bit more staying power. While Henry just needs an AA buff, just a little bit. Give it another like 500 points or something like that. Just kind of, it'd be perfect. Really is in a good spot right now. Puerto Rico, increase the armor and increase the health by a few thousand on that one. Put it into solid. It just needs a little more health and a little bit better armor in that sense, whichever way you want to go with that. I think its guns are just a shotgun, and I think that's fine. It should just basically be the most guns super battle cruiser. Done. It's got its niche, but it's still pretty solid just because of all what it does and also what it has on it. Pretty good. Hindenburg, we need to make this thing shoot further than the Smolensk. It needs to go up here, and it needs a range of give it a bump by like 1.5 kilometers, or at least a kilometer. It needs the furthest firing 203s, basically, in my opinion. That's, which I think is a respectable niche, but with the Hindenburg's firepower, powerful niche too. So, kind of a buff on that. You might even increase the penetration on it. Colbert, let's kind of talk about this. Pretty much fuel smoke. Put up the niche. Yeah, swap out the AA. Just give it 3 fuel smoke. It doesn't need any AA. It's already pretty strong on the AA side. Give it a way to survive just a little bit longer, and I think 3 fuel smokes works out great. Kind of gives it some get out of jail free cards, gives it some time to sneak into right position, stuff like that. Yoshino, I missed it. Give it rapid reload 2 and precise aim 2, or even more health, and I'd even argue both to bring it up to solid. That way you've got Yoshino and solid, Zhao and niche, which I think sits very well with how much firepower the Zhao has. And that, in that case, and then, Goliath, buff its reload by 3 seconds. It's stupidly slow. It needs to be faster. And even then, that's just going to help just make it good. And buff its range by at least 1 kilometer. Like, it needs to be able to shoot far and like that. And with all of these changes, putting a lot in niche, putting a lot in solid, the Smolensk, in my opinion, may go to the top of solid. Because it's got a lot more things to spot it and a lot more firepower to take it down when it's spotted. I've seen a lot of people want to delete Smolensk and they just get away with that little hair of health with certain ships. And I think with all these buffs, it will keep them spotted, keep them good, balance it quite well, because of course you can't nerf it. So yeah, this is what I'd want to do. I'm going to leave all the notes down below again, and I'm going to make sure I send this off to Wargaming now that I'm a CC, see if maybe they care enough to kind of throw some buffs in and nerfs, or yeah, actually all buffs, these are all buffs in this case, to really get the Tier 10 cruiser entire meta into a better place, because the Smolensk, yeah, it's bad, guys. Oh, now that I've kind of figured it out, I'm going to play a few games of it on stream to show some people, and I am sorry for everyone I run into. I am sorry. Alright. Either way, thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for taking this long, going this far in the video, watching it, and supporting the channel, especially. Thank you to the Patreons. And also, like and subscribe, support those people that have Citadel missions. Either way, peace.